Fantastic. Well,
Good.
we're going to get started here in probably about 30 seconds. I will, obviously, this will be recorded because this is going to be a very important message that we're going to be sharing today. And also, we'll throw it up on YouTube so we can share it to the world outside of the Facebook area. You know, Dan, we're living in very unique times, aren't we?
Yes, we are, Joe. We certainly are.
Yes. And we've been through stuff like this before.
Of course. Absolutely. The whole world has for thousands of years, 400 years here in North America, 2,500 years probably in Europe, Greece maybe 3,000 years, and for you and I here with NHD for 19 years. And not to make light of that, of what the world and North America and all of us, here at NHD Global and business in general, in terms of challenges and what you've gone through. But it is a reality. In any journey that you're on, you're going to have your adversities, you're going to have your issues, you're going to have your obstacles, you're going to have your challenges. And as I've always said, the road to success is always under construction. We've got certainly a global situation that's going on right now. But, you and I have got some thoughts today for all of our team and our family, which is really our organization and our team, Joey, on what they can do, what they can focus on, because you really are a mirror image of your consistent thoughts. What you constantly are thinking about all day long is what you're going to be bringing in. Whatever you're bringing in is what's going to go back out. So I'm really looking forward to our conversation today and just some thoughts that, we feel we can help with everybody.
Great. I'd recommend all of you that are on right now, just go out and share this live broadcast get your teams on this, because this is going to be a very important presentation that Dan and I are going to share today. And it's utmost, take some notes. What we're going to do is impart our wisdom. I'm going into my 27th year in the industry. I can't believe I'm saying that, Dan.
That's
and you are 32 years. 32 years in the industry.
Yeah, yes. I'm not 32 years old. I'm 32 years in the industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sent out a blast last week, and I had some comments on people telling me that what is happening globally, COVID-19 situation and the virus, right, and comparing it to what we went through in 2001. And I know you have a lot of wisdom when it comes to what we went through in 2001, particularly 9/11.
Right.
What kind of fear that we were dealing with for 90 days, 120 days after that. So why don't you share with everybody, if you take us back when we started the company in 2001, what happened during those times?
Yeah. Joey, I'd love to, because, so much of our future can really be based on what you learn from your past and what you've gone through in your past. And there's really three things with that. One, what you and I experienced together since we launched this company back in 2001. But also number two, what I personally went through when I started off in this industry in 1988, because I went through tremendous adversity and challenges along with the industry and the company that I was affiliated with, associated with, et cetera. But most importantly, and where we go in this conversation today is really where we can go, what we can do, what actions, what activities can we take, you and I and all of our leaders and our partners and our families, that are positive, constructive, simple, everyone can do activities that will be constructive, that will build your business, make your life better, and really it's life 101 that we can relate to this business. So again, that's what you and I are going to cover today. But to answer your question directly, back in 2001, it wasn't just 9/11 that you and I went through that was unbelievable in what we were dealing with here in North America, but it was a global hit. But as obviously, especially here in North America, because that's where it happened. And then the rippling effect from that, really worldwide, in what we had to address and deal with. But again, that was just one thing that you and I were dealing with, and our leaders were dealing with back, with 9/11. But I'm going to back up, Joe, because it's going to tie into that and what you and I did deal with. I just came back from Peru just a few weeks ago, and I had a talk with their leadership there, their top 400 people that had qualified for a recognition event, and then a leadership training that we did for, and all of these people had to qualify for it. And we really did talk about two things. One, adversity, challenges, and what you're going to go through in your journey, and not just here, but also just life in general. But most importantly, what do you need to do? What do you need to focus on to make those things happen? And the success in our industry is always at its core is simplicity, because simplicity, the masses can do it. And what's really cool about that is it's simplicity in life too. What you can do with your kids, what you can do with your spouse, what you can do with your families. And as you and I have always said, our business is a magnified, glorified, on steroids family. And I've always said this, and you and I know this, is that, if the parents are cool, the kids are cool. If the parents are freaking out, the kids are really going to freak out. So, you and I, as leaders of our families, of our organizations, and for everyone that's listening to us here today, all of what we're going through right now with this virus, etc., is going to pass. There's no question about that. That is an absolute given. It's going to pass. But most importantly, that we remain calm, vigilant on the things that we need to do. But the actions that we take, very, very important in our business, with our organizations, are critical. But they're all simple little actions that we can take, that's going to help our people and help our business. But back in 2001, prior to 9/11, and by the way, I apologize if you can hear my dog singing in the background, because he's doing this Facebook Live presentation, and he wants to join in. So I apologize for any of that background. It is my wife and I, our little dog, his name is Bear. So anyways, back in '01, for all of you, when Joe and I got started, this is before 9/11, in the spring of 2001, just some of the challenges that we were going through. Number one, remember when we got started, guys, think about this. When we got started, we did not have a publicly traded company that we could lean on and leverage from. We didn't have 100 million cash in the bank. We were a privately held startup, and we only had one website, didn't work. We had one brochure that was in black and white. We had one product that was always on back order. It was a ladies' product, Joey, and I remember you asking me, "How do you sell this thing?" I said, "Well, Joe, go out and demonstrate this thing." And you came back a few days later out of product, which was great. But I asked you how you doing with it. You said, "Well, the sales are great, but two things are happening. One, I'm having a lot of fun, or I'm getting into a bit of trouble." And jokingly, we did have some fun with that. But this is what you and I had to deal with our leadership back in 2001. Just with that one product, we didn't have a history of success in terms of our company to leverage from. Today we've got an incredible company here that's got over 100 million cash in the bank, 20 years, just about 20 years of a tremendous story that has gotten onto Fortune 100, Fortune magazine, showing publicly traded company in the world. This is all stuff that you guys know. But back in '01, Joe and I didn't have any of that. We were shut down for nearly 2 months in Canada back in 2001 because of licensing issues. There was just so many different things. We had to change the name of our product. We had to change the name of our only product, Allura, which was called VitaCream at the time. The name of our company wasn't always NHD Global, which is another story. We had to change the name of our company. Our founding president back at that time, Joe, as you remember, was fired. And we had to go through that transition. 95% of our leadership quit, just about all of it. One or two stayed in those first 24 months. And one or two of them, one in particular, the great Garth Wright, is on this line on our call here today. So These are just some of the things that we went through over and above 9/11. When that hit and our big convention was shut down and we couldn't go to that. So no one could attend it. So these are just some of the things that we went through back then. Some of the challenges that you and I went through. But I believe, because you and I had these conversations back and forth 19 years ago when we got started. What do we do now? What should we focus on? All of this. And it's the same thing in where we are today is what you and I focused on back then, and how we got through all of that was three things. Number one, we knew those challenges and those issues would go away. We knew number two is that we had to certainly lead by example, and we did that. But most importantly, we took positive, simple actions that would help us in where we were then, that our organizations and our people could do. There wasn't anything that you and I would go out and do to help our business that the mass couldn't do, that everyone couldn't do. Everyone could do them. So you and I just, focused on the simple aspects of our business, the rituals of our business, the fundamentals of our business. And it was three things. We would share the product. We only had one. Today we've got a catalog, nearly a catalog of products. But number two is we'd share the business. And number three, we would promote the next event. And today we're happy to know, number one, you got all kinds of products. And I've said, Joe, I've said this over the last several weeks, this is not really an opportunity, which it is. There's no question. We really do have a great opportunity to spread the word of these great products that we have that will do nothing but better enhance the lives of everyone. And number two, obviously, an opportunity to help people have a better way of life. And they've talked about this, Joe, in a recession over the last 100 years. Every time there's been a recession, there's three industries that thrive. And you know what they are. Number one is alcohol. Well, we can't help you there. But number two is beauty. And number three is direct sales. In every recession, those three industries have never been affected. We're two out of the three. And the third one that we've got, which is certainly nutrition and what we can do in terms of our nutritional line and the products that we have that we can help people, it's not so much an opportunity. This is a responsibility. It's a responsibility for us to take what we know to share with everyone, as many people as we possibly can. Fear and doubt will stop and slow down our people and slowly and stop you as a distributor or as a person going out and building a business quicker and faster than anything else. Again, fear and doubt, inactivity. But I've always believed that activity will overcome negativity. So keep it simple. And Joe, you and I have done this. We continue to do this. What you have control of, you can share these products. You can do it online. You can take your whole world virtual if you need to. Number two, share the business. Last 2 days ago, 500,000 new applications came into Canada for unemployment insurance. That means just in 2 days, 500,000 people were applying for unemployment insurance. These are people that are looking for an opportunity, looking for another source of income. And there's never been
you up again.
Yes.
Put that in perspective. Same time last year.
Yes.
20,000 people.
How many?
20,000 people.
20,000?
20,000.
Correct. So it goes back to the point what we're talking about in terms of direct sales. Those are the numbers and the stats that are coming in, is that people will be looking for us. We just need to show up. So gang, all you need to click, dial, do whatever you need to do, serve, get out to those people. They're looking for you. They're waiting for us. So two things. One is our product. Number two is our opportunity. And the third thing that we can always be promoting as well is the next webinar. And you know this support that NHT is going to be putting through right now in terms of corporate weekly webinars that you and I were having that conversation with Maya just 3 days ago and what they're going to be doing for all of us. So we'll have incentives and promotions certainly for our products, communication on a regular basis for our people corporately as well as our leadership. But there's never been a better time and more of a responsibility for us to get these incredible products and this incredible opportunity out to everyone. And Joe, there's nothing that helps your day better than going out and getting 2 or 3 or 4 new customers or signing up a brand new distributor into your business. If you want to turn your day around, get 2 or 3 or 4 or just a brand new customer, onto these products, or number 2, someone getting involved in this business. So these are positive, simple actions and activities that you can take today, tomorrow, but immediately, right now, while we're on this webinar, to help your world and help your day. So my thoughts, right?
Yeah, Dan, you can tell you're in sunny Florida. You got shining right on your there.
Should I back up a bit?
That's perfect.
Thanks. It is.
Dan, you know
what, Joe? The outlook is that bright.
Yes. So let's talk about, and so you got the beach weather just shining on you.
Yeah, 85
let's
degrees.
talk about Yes.
Sorry.
Let's talk about 9/11.
Yeah.
Let's talk about 9/11 for a brief second.
Sure.
And how we can compare it to today's time. So I remember Australia and New Zealand, we opened up on August 1st.
Yes.
And we did as $1 million in sales.
Correct.
Okay, so you spent the time, you were actually down there in Australia
yes.
that time.
Yeah,
also.
I helped host that event.
And yes, and when early September, we find out the government is closing down because they were declassifying the product. So when you have one down on the product, you can't do business.
Right.
So we were dealing with all that kind of negativity at that moment. And then 9/11 happens, where just that next 3-4 months, that's all everyone wanted to talk about.
Right.
Every call that you would make, distributors, and back then, thank God we didn't have social media or we didn't have these text messaging groups.
Yeah.
So the fear was unbelievable.
On steroids.
Yes. And I remember with myself, just personally, how I recognized at that moment that I was getting distracted because that's all everybody was talking about.
Right.
And I had the conscious level to do some things to keep me focused, to keep me consistent. Because I knew during this time as a leader, I had to stay consistent. Because the hardest thing to do is don't do anything for 90 days and just start going again.
Right.
We've all experienced this. Let's say if we've worked out for years and whatever happened during that time, we missed 90 days or 120 days.
It's a great point.
And to get yourself back going again, it's going to take you maybe 30 days, 60 days, sometimes 90 days just to get you back into momentum to get to where you were there before.
Right.
So I remember the things that I was doing consciously. It's not something that someone told me to do. Is number one, is I stopped watching the news. Okay, because every night I remember I was going back and all I could see was the plane going into and all the fear. Yeah. And the fear was it was going to attack Toronto and all the major cities in North America and the world. Everyone was talking about it. Yeah. So I unplugged myself from the news.
Right.
Yes, you can still stay informed.
Yes.
But don't spend more than 10 minutes watching what's going on.
Right.
Because it will affect you. Garbage in, garbage out. I was talking to a new distributor yesterday. Her first words out of her mouth, Joe, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared of what's going on in the world right now. And then I asked her a question. How much news are you actually watching? It's all I'm doing, Joe. It's all I'm doing.
I know.
So when you're feeding your mind with this constant media, and the media needs to, their job is to get viewers so they can make money and sell more ads. Right. Okay. Yeah. So first step is unplug yourself from the noise. Sure. And it's difficult because on Facebook, it's real important. The second step is on your websites, and I'm seeing it all over the world in the Facebook Messenger groups, is tell your teams don't talk about the crisis. I'm seeing them in the WhatsApp groups where these groups are set up for NHT Global and business value only.
Right.
giving people value on what they need to do today. A video that will help them in terms of training and their mindset. Please, as leaders, we are our teams to get away from that attention. Okay, because there's so much a part of it. Yeah, if you have some great news about COVID-19, maybe a cure or whatever, you can share it. I would just recommend just focus on this area of sharing the products, helping people with their mindset, helping them overcome the fear, because there's a lot of out there. Third thing that I would recommend, and I'm seeing it all over the place, is you got to understand what we focus on in life is what we attract.
Mm-hmm.
It's the golden law of attraction. What we focus on is what we attract. And Dan and I, in most of our trainings, we talk about this all the time because we've experienced it ourselves. We, for years, talked about our dreams. We've accomplished them. We have bigger dreams now. It's because we understood what we focus on is what we attract. So back then in 2001, I recognized I needed to focus on what I wanted. That was not the noise, not the distraction, but what I wanted. And it was amazing when I got my attention to that. A friend of mine in the team handed me over Born Rich tapes by Bob Proctor.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And that Born Rich seminar that he did is all about what we focus on is what we attract. Right. So I attracted those things into my life because I needed it. And I listened to that every day for the next 2 years. I could do that seminar with my eyes closed. So that really helped me. That for those first 90 days, I was listening to 1 hour to 2 hours a day. When I got started, I go for a jog or whatever I was doing in the morning, I was listening to those CDs. And for those of you who don't know what a CD is, it's a little disc thing. Actually, it wasn't a CD. It was a tape.
Audio tape. Yeah.
Audio tape.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it for 1 hour to 2 hours a day because I needed to double up my personal development. I needed to disassociate it from the noise, from the fear. Mm. Okay? The third thing that I did, the next thing that I did, I think I'm on the third topic, is I kept people. Okay? Consistently shared the product, consistently shared the business, even during those times. There are many people during that time says, Joe, how can you share with, how dare you that you're sharing me a business or you're sharing with a product? And because they were so focused on the fear. I was just focused on what I could control because that's what I was attracting in my life. And you're starting to see that we're back to just shut down and not do it. That's the worst thing. Like you said, you got to consistently your life like you were doing before. Consistent products, consistently share the business. Do it with love. Help people. Because over the next 6 to 9 months, we're going obviously into a financial crisis. And people are going to need to hear our message of hope, our message of abundance, our message of prosperity. So I consistently recruited during those times. Right. I'm still doing it today because I'm consistently focused on what I want to attract in my life. And everything around me, I'm doing the same thing. Is it difficult? Of course it is. Because the noise is loud, the social media noise. But we as leaders need to lead by example, as you shared today. So keep in mind, the number one rule and law is what we focus on can attract. As Dan shared, focus on what we can control. And what we can control is what we can manifest into our lives. And you're going to be well ahead of the game. There's going to be millions, hundreds of millions, maybe billions of people that are going to be stuck in the fear. And they're going to attract the things that they're thinking about right now, what they're fearing the most today and tomorrow and next week and next month. And I'm just unplugging from that stuff and focus on what I need to control. So I'm still doing every day my personal development. I'm adding that. I'm every day. Yesterday I did 90 minutes, an hour in the morning, 30 minutes before I went to bed, went to sleep. I'm still talking to people about the product. I'm still talking to people about the business. So how can you do that if you're in a lockdown situation? You know, most of the world leading to that lockdown situation if we're right already. And here in Canada, they started doing that as of Monday. Okay, so social distancing, all the things that we're supposed to do. So a lot of people, Dan, in our business tend to do the business and how they were recruited. We're seeing this all over the world. For example, we have a team in Eastern Russia. They have an office where they're doing demos all day long on the facelift. They're selling a lot of product, bringing a lot of people into the business. And the people that are joining the business only, because that's how they were recruited into the business.
Sure.
This is how they're doing the business. They think that's the only way that they can do the business.
Right.
And as you know, we have so many modalities of how to do the business. So Dan and I have kept it simple. So we have a website, yrbiz.com or ynht.com.
Right.
So the first step is you're going to contact people and invite them to look at the site, and if they're open to doing so. So I would recommend, in terms of contact inviting, we don't have the time to do this. I have a training on Steam Team under the first 90 days, which tells you, which shares how you can contact and invite and some of the strategies in doing that. So so you contact them and invite them to take a look at yrbiz.com. So you get their commitment that they're going to watch that today, for example. So you want to create a sense of urgency. Before you get off the phone with them, what you want to do is you want to schedule a time to get back to them after they've made their commitment. So create a sense of urgency. So if you're talking to them this morning, will you be able to watch that today? If they say yes, okay, can I call you back tonight? So you're creating a sense of urgency, and you schedule them to for a follow-up. And this is where the third step. Okay, so you invite them to take a look. Second step, they go and take a look at the website. Third step, you invite them. You invite them for a follow-up. And this is where you bring your upline leader, your sponsor, the leader that you're working most with. And now you're going to have them get on the call with you. So one of the strategies that I've used more and more here in the last year is using video technology. So for those of you who are used to recruiting people face to face or through events and meetings, and the reason why events and meetings are still the number one recruiting tool in this industry is because of the bonding. This is why churches still get together because we need that human time experience. So today allows us to incorporate that human experience. So I'm going to, with my prospect, in one of the follow-ups or the initial call, do a video chat, if it's all possible, because I want to see them. I want them to see me. I want to bond with them. I want to see their body language. It's exactly like me sitting in front of them. So this is a tool that I would recommend that you use because it'll speed up prospecting process. Because 90% of the people that join your business will join because of you. So I was on a three-way call with one of our great leaders, Cindy, with one of her new platforms this morning. And I asked her, what got you excited about NHT? And she said, to be honest, I signed up because of Cindy, which proves my point. 90% of people will join because of you.
Right.
Okay, so at all times, during the recruiting process, during the prospecting process, get them on video chat. You can use, they have an Apple, you can use FaceTime, Skype video. Very easy to do. WhatsApp video. All you need is their phone number. You can go on WhatsApp video and set that up. Zoom. Zoom is another way that allows you to have the 30-minute conversation for free.
Right.
You can get a free account there. So all the technologies are available to help you speed up your recruiting process. So on the follow-up, Dan, what do you suggest is how to do? What do you say when you introduce your upline? What do you need to do?
Well,
So I have
yeah, go ahead, Joe. Yeah, go ahead.
so I have you on the line. Okay. I'm going to introduce you to my prospect. What should I do when I'm introducing you?
Well, first of all, you're qualifying that person that you got on the line with me first, and typically it's one of two things, Joe. They're either going to be interested more with the product, or they're going to be more interested about the opportunity. So if you've qualified that distributor up front, and before you've gotten on the call, because you always have these pre-calls with your upline, your support group coming in. There's and you know this is a law that I've done. I taught you this 25, 26 years ago. Is what have they heard? What do they need to hear? What have they heard? What do they need to hear? So you're going to qualify that brand new person that you're getting on with. Number one, it's either about the product, or number two, it's about the business. And if it's about the product, you'll give your own personal story on the product or someone else's story. You always lead with that story and you validate it with that. But if you lead with the product, you follow up with the opportunity. If you're going to be leading with the opportunity, you'll lead with that and then your personal story or someone else's, and then you'll follow up with the product. So number one, make sure you know your audience and you do that pre-call prior, because before you get on, Joe, as you know, you need to know two things. What have they heard? Number two, what do they need to hear? And I've kept that as simple as I possibly can over the last 32 years when I've done a three-way is that.
Yeah, so I'm also going to edify you. So I'm going to
Correct.
present you
Correct.
to the prospect, and I'm going to edify you. So I'll
Right.
say something like this. John, I know you probably have a lot of questions, but I want to share with you how we really do this business, the support that we have. Introduce you to my business partner, Dan Catto, and I'll go into Dan's background just quickly. I'll edify Dan to John. And so now John thinks he's an expert, which Dan is.
Sure.
So it's real important on a three-way when you introduce the person is share their 30-second story or their 10-second story. Edify them. Make them your upline. That's your leader that is helping you on the call. Correct?
Correct. Sorry, you're a little
Okay.
choppy. Our connection, I don't know if that's happening with our audience listening to us. I'm just getting bits and pieces of what you're saying, Joe. Hopefully you're hearing me clearly, but I know I'm getting bits and pieces of what you're saying.
Yeah, your internet is cutting in a little bit, Dan.
Yeah.
But I'm on. Yeah. Anyways, so the follow up, you gotta do that fast, quick, within 24 hours. If you're waiting 2 days,
Correct.
3 days, 4 days,
Correct.
making that appointment, you almost have to start off ground zero. And the goal of your upline leader is to close the person.
Right.
So every time you have your prospect on the line, you're going to ask them this question before you end the call. You're going to say, do you have enough information to get started?
Correct.
Do you have enough information to get started? And if they say no, what you're going to do is you're going to ask them, what is it that you need that you haven't seen already that will help you make a decision?
Right. Perfect.
Very simple. So see, now you got them to home plate, and if they say some of the training and how do I get started and that kind of thing, we have all these tools on Steam Team, all the training and product. Let's say they want to know more about the product. Then you take them to Steam Team under product training, and there's all kinds of information on the product, and you direct them there. And then before you get off, you're asking them when is a good time to follow up again.
Right.
Okay. And now you're following up, and you may want to bring another upline leader to help out on another three-way call. So you're just showing people exactly how the business is done. And this is how you can flourish working from home, flourish and developing your business working from home. And I've enrolled hundreds of people this way all over the world. But make sure you use the video technology. So for example, Dan, what we're doing here today, people are watching us, and we'll watch the world for days over the next.
Right.
So they will make a connect. So if they haven't seen us before, they will make a connection with us immediately because they're watching us. Because we are very visual human beings. So it's important with your prospects, set up a time to get on a video chat. Real important these days. This is why I'm always dressed well every day, even though I work out of home, because I'm doing video chats with people.
Sure.
So it's important that you. So I want to talk about, Dan, is the next 90 days. What you talked about, what you can what we focus on is what we can control.
Right.
In the next 90 days, because we're seeing what is happening with the pandemic around the world.
Yeah.
The fear will grow. I know in China, our Chinese leaders now are telling me it's starting to change. They have no new. It's going down rapidly. They now have more freedom.
And in South Korea. And not happening in Japan or Singapore. I mean, there's really nothing there. Go ahead. I'm getting all of this positive.
Yeah, so things are changing.
Yes.
Yeah, so things are changing. Like you said, it's gonna end.
Right.
Okay.
No question.
And there are a lot of our distributors that have probably stopped the business right now because into the fear. Okay. Right. And what will happen is when this is all over, which it will be over, in the next 90 days, next 120 days, maybe the next 60 days, whatever, they're going to be left behind because it's going to take them a little while to get going again. And they're going to miss a major window of opportunity because they weren't consistent. So tell me about what you suggest and what we need to do in the next 90 days, 120 days moving forward.
Well, Joey, there's so much, I'd love to share right now. We've got just that window of time to get that out to everyone. The one thing that has been a constant with us, and it's a global thing with us and our story, is two things. No matter where you go in the world, everyone loves our products. Number two, no matter where you go in the world, everyone wants a better way of life. Everyone wants a better way of life. There's never been a better time than right now from an opportunity standpoint, but I believe more than that, a responsibility, not just an opportunity to share that story. So for everyone, typically what I have done, and I've shared this before over the years, so when someone looks at our business, keeping the message simple is that you want to come down to one core thing here, and that's belief. And if you have belief, it'll help conquer the fear, because fear and doubt are the single biggest things will stop, impede, slow, or not allow someone to take action. So when you have that belief, and the belief in two things, number one, what's on a lot of people's minds, they need something to help immunize them. Our products, there's not many better nutritional, supplemental, natural products with virtually no side effects that people can take to help their immune system, make them feel better, strengthen their body, strengthen their immune system, and that is an absolute fact. Our products do that at its core. Number two, there's so many people out there right now that are looking for an opportunity. I mean, the numbers are there, not just here in North America, but certainly around the world. So people are looking for an opportunity. They're certainly looking for our products. Over the next 9 days, Joey, and for leaders that are on our call right now, you want to lead by example. Don't wait for your groups to go out and do this. Go out and over the next 90 days, every single day, talk to 5 different people about the product. Talk to 5 different people about the opportunity. I know when you and I got started back in 2001, we weren't talking to 5 people a day about our product. We weren't talking to 5 people a day about the opportunity. We were talking to that many people within about an hour. And we were getting to as many people as we possibly could. And that was massive, massive action. So right now, everyone out there is really wanting to hear from us in terms of our products or in terms of our business. And it's our job to get that message out to everyone. So, as a leader, ask yourself this, in terms of inaction, what have you done in the last 48 hours? What have you done in the last 7 days? Ask yourself, if you're a leader of an organization, if your entire group did exactly what you've done over the last 48 hours, would you have made any money? In the last 48 hours, if your entire group had done exactly what you've done in terms of sharing the product, would many people know about our product? So ask yourself that. And if you're not doing it, your group's not doing it. And your group is a reflection of your actions and your activities. It's the same thing with children, with their parents. It's the same thing with an organization, with their leader. You have got to set the pace. And Joey, it's one of the reasons why I've just been posting on Facebook. My last 5 orders that I have placed, I am getting a new person on the product just about every single day. I need the products. I go through $700 to $800 worth of product every single month. I had some people said to me, "So Dano, you know what? You're spending 5, 6, 7, nearly $800 a month on those products. I mean, I can't believe you spend that much money." And I asked them, "What kind of car do you drive?" And they told me a Bentley, a Mercedes. This is my friends that I've got down here. And I said, "How much do you spend a month on your car?" And not one of them spent less than $1,000 a month. And I asked them, "What's the more important vehicle? What is the more important vehicle?" So in reality, what we have with our products, one, I'm consuming them. Number two, I'm getting them out to the masses as much as I possibly can. So Joe, over the next 90 days, I believe the best thing for our leadership, for our people, for all of us, every single day, if it's part-time, if you're full-time, if you're all the time, get the message out to 5 different people a day, products as well as the opportunity, and you can do it right at the point of a click. So that's what I'm doing, and I believe that's the best action, the best activities our leadership and our people can be doing as well.
Right. There is a belief, Dan, that permeates today's world. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it with other network marketers and business leaders, that today, in today's pandemic world, that we shouldn't be taking advantage of people by selling them products and by showing them a business. We shouldn't be taking advantage of their fear, because it's not professional. And so let me share with people my opinion on that. And it's a very valid opinion. People do, because the great part of network marketing industry are the people, but the worst part can be the people. There's a lot of people that come and take advantage of people, and they're all focused on money and how much money can they get away from people, and throwing people up against the wall to see if they stick. That's never been done in my philosophy. However, it's important, number one, to, even though our lives have been upside down with the lockdowns around the world and not being able to go and meet with people in large groups and that kind of thing, is we got to have a semblance of continuing our lives. We cannot shut down because of fear. Number two is Dan and I, and so many leaders around NHT Global, have such an incredible belief in the products. We've seen it with our own eyes, the life-changing effects of these products. Like unbelievable stories. Like I was on with a gentleman in Peru the other day, and it blew me away with his health challenge and what has happened to him today, a year later, taking the NHT Global products. So we have a responsibility. When we have this belief, we cannot stop and share it with people. We can't say, because of these times now where I'm taking advantage of this person. We have a belief that we can change people's lives. Just think of you and I, Dan. We're the only distributors. God rest her soul, Frances Maxwell just recently passed away. Mm-hmm. We're the only distributors that are in NHT that started in their first year. That's correct. 3 of us.
Correct.
Okay, so just think about if we decided to move on in 2001. And let's say 9/11 took us out like so many other people. Mm-hmm. Imagine how many lives that would not be the same today.
Right.
Because of our decision back in 2001.
Right.
Just think about that, to the paying for it and how that energy is growing all over the world, directly, indirectly, by our choice.
Sure.
So the ability for us to share the products because of our belief of what our products can do. Why we continue to do that with love, with prosperity, with abundance, with hope, and professionally. Second thing is our business opportunity. um, you know, over the years, I remember Dan a couple of years ago, Molly, our number one Asian ambassador.
Right.
She's made over $20 million in NHT
Yeah.
since she started.
Right.
Okay. And her dream was to move to Canada or North America. She now lives in Vancouver.
Right.
And you and I were sitting in the front of that stadium, 15,000 people, and they did a video on her.
Right.
Giving a check, $500,000.
Right.
To Prime Minister Trudeau.
Right.
For Sick Kids Hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sat there and I was starting very emotional. Was trying to hide it from people. Didn't want the camera to get on me. And that's something that we got started with and paid it forward. And where one of the distributors in NHT Global can do that. And how many lives she has changed just with that. $500,000, Dan. $500,000. So the belief in our business model and the life-changing effects of our business model, we've seen it with our own eyes. Our leaders have seen it all over the world. We cannot stop sharing, especially in times of crisis, this opportunity of hope, this opportunity of prosperity, this opportunity of abundance. This is what the world needs in a crisis. So my to you, belief yet, build that belief up. Let's say you haven't reached your goals yet in NHT Global. Start to work on yourself. Build the belief up in NHT. I can introduce you to so many successful NHT distributors. You can talk to them and the challenges they went through. And you start to build that belief where you can change not only your lives, but other people's lives just by sharing an opportunity, sharing a product, and with the right love, with the right intention, with the right agenda, and you're going to change. You're going to see where that seed, that great seed that you've planted, how that is going to grow all over the world. All over the world. And that's our responsibility as NHT distributors. The next 6 months, we don't know what's going to happen, but we're already starting to see the financial crisis that is going to move forward here 6 months, next 9 months, next year. We don't know what's going to happen. Everything's going to go back to normal. But as technology grows, as the abilities for us to make money in other areas will change, one thing will be here will be NHT Global and our incredible opportunity. And that is why I can get up. That is why when in times of desperation, I still go back to all the lives that have changed, our lives have changed. I have a responsibility. Continue to share, continue to breed hope, possibility, abundance. Does it happen overnight for people? No. But if you just follow what we've shared with you here today, stop messaging people about the coronavirus.
Right.
Stop COVID-19. Stop talking about it because you're going to bring more onto you.
Right.
Start talking about hope, prosperity, abundance. Start sharing it with your neighbors. This is an opportunity. Everybody's home. The science of getting rich. Have them read it for the next couple of weeks, studying it. This is an incredible opportunity. And it's Dan and I's vision that we can help more people in this time of crisis with their fear and get them focused on what they need to do to help their families. That's the belief that we have. So any last minute comments on your end, Dan?
Joe, not really. I mean, it couldn't have been better said. What you said in the last 5 minutes was perfect. And it really is everything that we are. And coming down to that belief, certainly the belief in what so many of us on this call know, we know what these products can do for people.
Yeah, move back a little bit. Just move back a little bit.
Move back?
Yeah.
Yeah, my phone slipped. I apologize. I was trying to get it back up again.
Yes.
I had a call coming through on someone who wanted to buy the product. So in saying that, Joe, again, it just comes back to the belief that what we know and what we knew back in 2001 that one day we would get through all of these adversities and challenges that we were going through. We knew we would get around the world. We knew we would have multiple products. We believed that we would have global ambassadors around the world. We believed that one day we would do over $1 billion in business, and now it's well over $2 billion in business. We did not know that we would do as great as we've done. We believed that one day we would, but my God, what we've done has been absolutely incredible. So at its core, we know what these products will do for people. Number two, we know what the opportunity can do for people. And we know two things. People need our products. Number two, there's a lot of people out there more than ever before that are going to be unemployed. I mean, it's happening. So in what you share, Joe, it's not just that it's an opportunity. More importantly, it's a responsibility. So couldn't have been better said, Joey. Your last 7 minutes was the best you've ever been. But it was just a great, simple message. Gang, we're just getting back to you to share with you. You've got the power of choice. The good Lord has given us that, and that is the power of choice. And it's up to you to choose what activities and the decisions that you make in terms of your actions, because your actions will determine your results. Your results will determine your lifestyle. Joey has talked to you about a philosophy which will determine certainly your attitude. But again, it comes down to those actions that you're going to take. Over the next 90 days, pour it on. You've got a whole wealth of people out there that you can talk to, all kinds of people that are waiting to hear about these products. Don't talk about the virus, talk about the products. Don't talk about the virus, talk about the opportunity. Don't talk about the virus, talk about the next webinar, the next Zoom call that we're going to be doing, or the next event that we'll be doing. So, Chief, you did a great job today, and I'm looking forward to the replay on this. You got some noni.
You too, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes. So why am I holding this noni? So I've got this idea. Sonia Reddy, incredible leader in Ireland. Another great reason why it's important these times to surround yourself with people that are positive,
Correct,
that have hope, that are full of life. And Sonia is one of those people. So she have a day where we can all take a picture of a product and share it on Facebook. I thought that was brilliant.
yeah.
I'm challenging all of us. So next Thursday, what day is Thursday, Dan?
I don't have.
So we're looking at the 26th.
26th.
Thursday, March 26th.
Thursday, March 26th.
So what I'd like all of us to do is take the Noni product, which is antiviral, great for your immune system. The antioxidants here are just incredible for helping build your immune system. So what you're going to do, you're going to take a picture with you drinking the Noni or holding it up. You're going to say, I'm helping my body's immune system today with triple organic. Okay, so on Thursday, we'll take a picture. I'm helping my body. So we're not making any claims.
Right.
I'm helping my body.
Joey, you froze, buddy. I don't know if I'm frozen. You are.
And Dad, okay, you froze there for a second.
Okay.
It on your Facebook feed on Thursday, and it'll go viral. And then we'll do Tri-Team the following, and Stem Renew. So that way, it's just some active thing that we can help support. Yes, and this is an incredible product.
Yes, it is.
Selling product globally, our number one selling product globally. So, in all, I think the last thing I want to just share, Dan, is people ask me today, what are the top 4 products I need to take to help my family's system? So I would recommend the Noni.
Yes.
100%. It's antiviral. Has antioxidants in here, many other major benefits. There's actually thousands of studies on Noni, on the antiviral properties of it, even on HIV. So taking Noni 2 ounces a day. Okay, Tri-Team. I blasted a couple of days ago the benefits of glutathione. Triotein raises the immune system through glutathione. Glutathione is essential in your cells. Okay, 25 years ago, they did studies on glutathione, and they found that majority of people that had major health challenges, low levels of glutathione. So the pharmaceutical industry, with that research, went on a 5-year run on trying to develop a glutathione pill. And what happened is they recognized through their studies is our bodies don't absorb glutathione. So those drugs were abandoned. So triotein raises the glutathione levels naturally through its whey protein amino acid combination. Real important to know that you need to develop your glutathione and raise that. It's also a chelator. So what happens in your cells, this is why this is your cells are every day are attacked by free radicals, the pollutions, the viruses that we pick up, chemicals that we pick up, et cetera, et cetera. So you need the immune system needs a way to help drive these toxins out of your cells. And that's what the glutathione is very important. Same with the noni. Okay? So now you go to stem renew. Stem renew is real important in duplicating your cells and the communication of your cells. As we grow older, the protein signals in your cells stop communicating and they fall asleep. So as soon as you take stem renew, turn on those signals through the billions of peptides that are in a capsule of stem renew. So when you turn on your cells, the communication cells, now your body's going to work optimally. Real critical. And the last one is clustered water. Okay, and for those of you who don't have the page that I created a couple of weeks ago, you can go to your upline. I've posted it all over the place. On this community group, you can scroll down. You can find it, that page. And basically, clustered water is a page that I found that was written many years ago. That's real important to read. The studies of clustered water and why you need to hydrate yourself in today's times, because you need the ability to flush out the toxin. As we get older, body water becomes bound, so we're not flushing out as much, and water is essential to flush out the toxins so your body is working optimally. And then we have the probiotics, has billions of probiotics in there. You can learn more about that on this NHD site. Same with STEAM team under product training. Real important. Why are probiotics? Because you need a healthy gut, and a healthy gut helps support the immune system. But the most important one, Dano, is your mindset. The mindset is critical to your immune system. If you want to learn more, just go into my Facebook feed, my personal one. I posted a video by Dr. Joe Dispenza. What a focused mind does to your immune system, what a positive mind does to your immune system. There are studies now that have proven 75% of disease and what you catch out there is due to a toxic mind. 75%. The rest is only DNA and environment. It used to be thought the other way around, that up to 75% was your DNA and your environment. So it's real important that you have a dream. Keep your focus through these times, because if you don't have a dream, you're going to get distracted. The garbage is going to get into your mindset. Your mindset will turn to toxicity very quickly. And what happens over a period of 30 days, that toxicity and that fear is the body says, oh my God, Dan, your mind is killing us. We need to protect ourselves. So what happens is the body starts to increase the immune system. Your cortisol levels up. Your stress, fight or flight responses go up. And when your body is in that stress mode, it will succumb to the toxicity and your body will get sick. Your body will get sick. So it's real important that you feed your mind with your dream every day. Real important that you spend more than an hour a day today. You got the time now, you're at home. No excuses to read on personal development, to read, feed your mind on great material. And if you just go on steamteam.ca, we got a number of trainings there. I listen to Dan's trainings over and over again. I posted training on Dan yesterday. I'm going to post it again today that I watched him on satellite in 1995. Basics, Dan. It was probably your best training that you did out of Phoenix, Arizona. Incredible training, which is still apropos to today, despite all the technology. So I'm constantly feeding my mind with stuff that increases my immune system, because I know when I focus on hope, prosperity, and abundance, that's the best thing I can do for my immune system with the NHD products. So I'm done, Dan. Any last minute comments?
I think we've said it all. You certainly have, Joey. Great job. I said it earlier. You are a mirror of your consistent thoughts, and thoughts will determine what you want, but it's action that will determine what you get. Great job today, my friend.
So just because we're on Facebook, we want to why viral. Why don't you bring your dog in so you can show the world your dog?
I think he's been taken outside.
Oh, okay, too bad.
He had to do his thing, yeah.
Okay, guys, have a great day. God bless all of you. Much health to you and your families. And anything that we can do to help with your prosperity, your abundance, your hope, your focus, that's what we're here for. So, take care. Ciao, ciao.
Great job. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Good job, Daniel.
Good job, Joey. Bye-bye.